Hello and welcome to Stampin' on the Hill. I'm Deb Keyes and I'm here today to bring you another fun fold. It's June 25th, 2025, and this is the week of the month that I do a new fun fold for you each time. So we're pretty much going to jump right into it. Move my hands down here so you can see my desktop. And we're going to be using the Beautiful Butterflies bundle, this is the stamp set. These are the dies that go with it. And I have pre-prepared some of the stuff already for us so that this doesn't have to be such a long video. So what I did was one of my dimensions that I have is basic black cardstock. And I used like a 3.5 by 5 inch piece. And I already pre-cut two of these little butterflies with their bodies. And this is fun because you can cut them both at the same time. So that's nice. And then I also cut one of the inside only of this with a body. So this is what I got. Oh, the other one's here somewhere. I hope I didn't lose it. Yep, it's here. I got it. All right, so there's two of these and one of those, and I've glued the bodies onto the butterflies already, and those are just plain basic black. So then what we're going to do is show you the rest of the supplies here. So I have a piece of thick basic white cardstock. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So that this is our typical Z-fold card that I think we've done this before. I'm sure we've done this before because this is a very simple fun fold and it opens like this. So, and then I've also cut out of basic white. This is thick. Basic white, I've cut a piece of 1/2 inch by 3 inches and I've scored this. I don't know if you can see it. I've scored it at 3/4, 1 1/2, and 2 1/4. And then this is going to make kind of like a rectangle or a square, kind of. Okay. I also have another piece of the same size, 1/2 inch by 3 by 1/2 inch, and we're going to use this for our greeting. So we'll set that aside too. I have two pieces of basic white that we're going to be layering, and these are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and then a larger piece of basic white that is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. And then I've got using the Beautiful Bokeh 6 by 6 DSP, and I picked this Berry Burst color so these are just like 1/8 of an inch smaller. So these are 1 3/8 by 1 3/8, and then this one is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, I believe. Yes. And then I also have from the same pack, but I picked different colors. These are 2 by 5 3/8. So we're going to start by putting some DSP on our card front here. Look at that. My glue's working. Okay, so we're going to put a piece here, and I'm just sort of centering it up so that it should be just like 1/8 of an inch all the way around, okay, of a border. And then we're going to do the same with the blue on that inside panel here. Same with this. If you chose to, you could actually put more DSP here, but I'm going to choose not to today. So then this is going to kind of open like this. All right. So the next step is to take the folded piece that we have. Okay. And I like to fold it. If you can hold on to it, I like to fold it in half like this. And then I put glue on both of these short tabs here. So let's do that. Glue here, glue here. So I still have it opening. I still have it opening like this. So I have glue here and glue here, fold it in half. All right. And then we're going to stick the open ends right here into our fold, our center fold. And you can put this wherever you want. I'm going to try to get it about in the middle, but honestly, it's not all that important that it's exact. All right. So here's the mechanism part that's going to make our card pop up. So this is kind of cool. I'm also going to, let's just glue these together while we're gluing things together here. And get these layered up. And this one layered up. I don't know about wherever you may live, but I'm in Michigan, West Michigan, and it is so hot. We went from like 60-ish degrees and maybe into the 70s just like last week before, and now it's gonna be almost 90. So way too hot for this girl. All right, so as long as we're doing all this gluing and stuff, I'm also gonna bring in my Memento Black. I've got the happy birthday upside down, happy birthday stamp. We're just gonna stamp this. There's not a lot of stamping with this because I'm here to show you the technique mostly. So you can take the technique and then figure out how I just grabbed a 3-inch piece. It doesn't have to be that size, but I'm gonna scooch it up here because we're gonna cut this apart. All right, hopefully you could see that. And I'm gonna take my paper snips this side of the way, take my paper snips, and I'm just gonna cut this like really close here and really close. Let's see if I can get this one on an angle. I can. Close there. See if I can get that angle over here. Did you know that if you line this up like this, one on top of the other, you can use that same angle as a guide? I didn't really like that too much, did I? Let's go this way. All right. So there's the happy, there's the birthday. Be cool if I could get that one. I should have cut it. Should have thought of this before I cut the end off, but that's okay. Would have had plenty of time. All right, so I'm going to put the happy and the birthday on here. Now these are going to go this way. Maybe we'll glue those on. So I'm only going to glue half because I want these 2 points to line up with this fold here and up to the top. Okay, so I only want to make sure I put glue on just this half over here. Otherwise, we will glue the card shut. That won't be helpful. Okay, let's see. I'm lining this point up, and then with the magic of this awesome glue, I can line the bottom point up as well. So now this works. Same thing with this one. And this one's going to line up with the bottom of the card here. So this way and this way. Here we go. All right, so I was going to put my happy birthday like this. So let's put the happy birthday on there. I don't think I want it straight. No. All right, we'll try it. And then the birthday. And I still have room to wiggle it. Can you tell I'm still moving them around? That's the power of this awesome glue. All right, and then let's see what else. I'm just going to take my butterflies then, and we'll just dab a little. I like my butterflies to look like they're flying, so I usually bend them just where the body is like this. Can you see what I'm doing? And then I only put glue right under the body. And that way they can fly. So we'll do the same with this one. And of course, when you put this in an envelope, it's going to get squished, but it's going to look okay. I want this one to be over here. They don't have to fit perfectly on, so that's good. All right, so now we've got this mechanism here. We're going to put this one onto here. So I'm just going to glue here. I'm not going all the way to this edge because I don't want it to squish out, but I'm going to lay this on here like this. It's only going to be able to go so far. I'm going to close it. I'm going to try to look under there and do it at the same time. Maybe that'll help. There we go. Okay. So there's that panel. There we go. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. Okay. Then with this one, again, same thing with the body. I just want to make sure that it can't stick out farther than your card edge, right? So I'm thinking maybe I want it to go like this. What do you think? All right, let's see how this is going to work. Body again only. This one we probably won't have as much leeway with the wings popping up, but this will give us just kind of a cool, gonna have to come out a little bit farther. There we go. That's fun. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. Okay, then I was going to just add a little more ribbon, and I think what I'm just going to do is add just a little bow. This is black baker's twine. Just a little bow here. Get it to be the right size. Squeeze it. You can make this however, whatever kind of size you want. I usually just do the little rabbit ears and tie them because that to me is easy for this kind of a, and then bring my ends together and cut them so that they're about the same length. And then give it a few more tweaks here. This one's kind of curly. Maybe if I uncurl it like this. Okay, so this is not working for me. All right, it's going to be good enough though. And now I have to cut this off again. All right, so we're just going to give it a little dot of glue here. I would normally use a glue dot, but I don't have them out right now. So we'll just stick it here with some glue. And that should be good. This is so much fun. Look at it this way. Isn't that fun? Let me go back to here a minute. I hope that you had fun with this one. I hope you try it because it is kind of fun. I usually give out free tutorials. If you subscribe to my newsletter, they're attached to the newsletter once a month. And so I usually give out free tutorials of like the cards that we made in card class the previous month. But this month in June, if you subscribe to my newsletter by the end of June, I'm also going to include the instructions for this particular card with all the measurements and everything and how to do it. So I hope you take me up on that. And until next time. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm looking at my notes here. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm going to put the link. If you wanted to sign up for the newsletter, I'll put the link in the description. That's what I was forgetting. So until next time, thanks for watching.